So workflow is a big topic. It's a really big deal to me. I've really built a lot of my career on being able to move quickly, and workflow is a huge part of that. You have to know how your footage is getting from A to Z, and A being capture, Z being delivery. As a colorist, workflow is one of your best friends. It's a key part of bringing the footage from the editing software into your program. So if you're working in DaVinci Resolve, you can take a locked cut and bring it into Resolve and conform it. Now what a conform is basically an editor will usually be cutting in a proxy format. So they're using that workflow to speed up their editing. They're not going to be cutting 8K. They might be cutting 4K, but you can take those intermediate files, bring them into Resolve, and conform them back to the raw media. So you basically have the same edits, but you're now using the full 4K, 6K, 8K footage at the highest resolution where you're going to get the color to look the best it possibly can. You have the most data to work with from there. So being able to accurately bring an edit from a different software into Resolve, it's a key part of being a colorist. I came to color grading coming from a production side focus first. So I was really on the capture side of the process. So I really understood a lot about cameras. I understood a lot about raw formats and media and how you're shooting. And one of my jobs, I basically was the DP. So I'd shoot the project, I'd put it on the computer, I'd edit it in a proxy format. So I was using ProRes usually. And then I would bring it into Resolve when I was ready to color. So I really handled it from that capture, and then I took it to Resolve, got it back into Premiere, and then delivered it with Audio Master, with the Color Master, and just made sure everything went where it was supposed to go and looked the best it possibly could. So maintaining the fidelity of your footage, that's a huge part of the colorist's job. You can look at workflow as a tool to speed things up. The faster you are at conforming your footage, the faster you're going to get that out the door. If it takes you 2 days to conform, no one's going to hire you. No one's going to want you to color because you're taking too long. If you can do it in an hour for a 30-second spot, if you can do it in 15 minutes for a 30-second spot, people are going to like that. It's a huge part of speeding up the process. So workflow is your best friend. You want to learn as much as you can about codecs. You want to learn as much as you can about the software, about using an XML to bring a cut from Premiere into Resolve, from Avid into Resolve, which wouldn't be an XML, so you got to learn a little bit about that. You really want to learn your delivery formats. That's a big part of your workflow. So you're exporting out of Resolve in a high quality, visually lossless codec, and you have to figure out which one you need to use. If you're going to Avid, you're going to want to do DNX HR. If you're going to Premiere, I like to use ProRes. If you're on a Mac, that's easy, but if you're on a PC, it's a little harder. So you have to figure out what your workflow is. You have to figure out in advance, and you have to execute it.